I mean, the Fed had one job. It has monumentally failed on that job in a consistent way for the last year and potentially into the future with this strategy. If a fund manager made that kind of bad call for such a long time, there would be pretty concrete consequences. If an elected politician made that kind of mistake, there would almost certainly be consequences. Do you think there should be greater accountability for this particular failure and potential for the forecasting system that produced it, but even potentially individuals?
I think the Fed should be much more visibly acknowledging that it's been wrong and seeking to understand and learn from its errors than have been the case. And I think the failure for there to be some institutional review, after bad battles, armies have after action reviews. The IMF has blundered in various situations, and there have been very thoughtful reviews of what in its culture and what in its mode led to those errors. And I think the Fed should be engaged in more of that. I think in fairness to the Fed, the views they were expressing were relatively close to consensus views, not, frankly, this last fall, when I think they were behind the consensus and still sticking with their views. But for much of last year, their views were tracking consensus views. And so I think the soul searching is less about accountable individuals at the Fed than about how those consensus views were formed. And I guess I have been struck by a certain blitheness with which some of my friends in the economics community have kind of pivoted to addressing the current moment without thinking about what led them to be wrong in the past.